Aloha, my friends. This is Billy Wiggly coming at you live from the 9th Island, Las Vegas, Nevada. How you doing today, my friend? Are you staying positive? Because you know that's the only way to be. Hey, you gotta check this out. We got Copilot right here and an Excel spreadsheet right here. You know I'm an Excel and AI productivity expert. I got friends asking me questions about AI and Excel all the time. So I got my friend come up to me and ask me, hey, Billy, I've got this spreadsheet right here that contains 39,000 records. And you know, I know how to use Excel. I know how to open it up, look at it, put in some basic formulas, use some filters. But I need to really work with this data and ask it a lot of questions. And I really don't want to spend a bunch of time writing formulas and learning how to use Power Query and the like. Can you help me? Absolutely. I got an idea for you. You use Microsoft Office, right? Microsoft 365. Yeah, well, check this out. You've got Copilot. Now, there's two kinds of Copilot. There's a kind of Copilot that lives inside of your applications, Copilot 365, and there's Copilot 365 Chat. Now, my friend doesn't have Copilot built into his applications. He just has Microsoft Copilot Chat. So open up Microsoft 365. Here we are in Copilot. And now you can just talk to your data. Yes, you can just talk to your data right through Copilot. And that's what I told my friend. He wanted me to show him, well, how do I do that, Billy? How can I just talk to data? That sounds fantastic. You mean I don't have to write a bunch of formulas and learn how to use Power Query and the like? I can just talk to like a regular person? Absolutely, you can. So now that we're in Copilot, the first thing that we want to make sure is we want to make sure that we look in the upper right-hand corner and make sure that we're using the Copilot that our organization has allowed for us to use that is secured. And when you see that little green shield with the check mark inside of it, that means that enterprise data protection has been enabled by your IT department. So you can go ahead and start uploading some files in here to analyze. Because if you're just using Copilot for the web, I wouldn't upload anything on there. Now here we are. We've checked. We've got the green shield check marked. And now we can go right ahead. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to click these. This is the message box right here. That's what this is called, the message box, where we input our data. And now we see that we've got this little icon right here. Now that means view prompts. So I'm going to click on view prompt and I'm going to look for some of my saved prompts. So we go to your prompts and here I've got some prompts that I've saved. Now I'm going to show you in a moment how you can save your prompts. So I'm going to click on this prompt that I've already typed up. It's not a fancy prompt or anything like that. It's just that I do this often, so I pre-type that prompt. Now, in the future, every time I use it, I can easily find it and put it in. You know, it saves me a little step. So now, please analyze the attached data and summarize it. So what do I got to do next? Attach the data. So let's go right over here to add content. We navigate to where our file is, and that's the file that I want to work with. Then we can go ahead and wait for it to upload. Once it's been uploaded, I can go ahead and just click on the little send, boom, and now it's going to start analyzing that data for us. There it is, executing a task, analyzing the attached Excel file and summarizing its content. This is going to be so good. No more stressing on learning how to use all these advanced tools that maybe you don't really need to use them for your particular role. Powerful tools, but they're, you know, maybe not everybody needs to know how to use a skill saw. Maybe not everybody needs to know how to use Power Query. But I say that everybody that works professionally needs to learn how to use artificial intelligence. So the data has been summarized for us. Nice. And there it is. It looks like the data consists of personal information for individuals. It's giving us a summary of the number of rows. We've got insights on the data. And it's ready to ask questions. And it's ready for us to ask it questions. It's a, hey, ask me about this. For example, it's just giving us ideas what we can ask for. Now, there's also what are called conversation starters. And Copilot itself put those in there. It looked at the data and said, hey, let me help out by giving you some questions that you could probably ask based on this data. So what is the gender distribution? That's not really what I'm looking for. My friend wants to know, are there any Johns in Texas? So he's looking for people named John. In Texas, there's a number of different ways you could ask this. I'm looking for individuals named John that live in Texas. Or I could just put find John in Texas. And it's looking like we've got a few. Looks like we got 3 right here. These 3. Now we got to figure out, okay, what do we want to do with this data? Hey, so it turns out that these 3 customers in Texas, there was a hurricane that hit Galveston where our warehouse is, and now our shipments are delayed by 4 days. So I'm going to say, please write an email to them letting them know that due to the hurricane in Galveston, their order will be delayed by a couple of days. Boom. And then now Copilot is going to go ahead and, make it nice. Now there's so much more that we can do, but let's just start out with the basics, right? Prompting, learning how to prompt, learning how to talk to Excel. Now, how did I save that prompt before that I used? Well, we can just go back to a prompt that we've already written, and when you hover over it, you notice you've got this little tool tips that appear. So you can edit the prompt, you can copy it, you can save it. And when you click on save, you see this window that appears, and then you can go ahead and give it a title, and it tells you what the prompt is right here that you're saving. And then you can just save it. And then now you know how to find it. When you need to use that prompt again, you're just going to go right here to view prompts, and then click on that, and it's going to take you right to the prompts that Microsoft has for you right here. Your prompts, and maybe prompts that your team has shared, because you can share some of your prompts for the whole team to use. And now let's see, there's that email that it composed for us. Hey, nice. Hey, I'm writing to inform you that due to the recent hurricane in Galveston, there will be a delay in processing the shipping order for you. Wow. And then there's so much more that we can do where we can take it from here. The only limit is your imagination. And it's really going to be helpful to you if you know how to talk to the AI. Language is code, my friend. And eventually, you're going to want to learn how to talk to and build agents. I'm sure you've already helped with that. You've already heard a lot about that. But the start is prompting. And one more thing I want to do is please make me an .xlsx file with all the Johns, just Johns, not just the Johns in Texas, with all the Johns in the data. Boom. And now it's going to make an Excel file, .xlsx, with all the Johns in that data that I can download. Isn't that amazing? I mean, I know I keep saying that, but it's just so cool that I can just talk to my data. However, if the data wasn't set up properly from the beginning, garbage in, garbage out, that is never going to go away. There's the Johns in the data. Let's click on the Excel spreadsheet. Boom, it downloaded it, and it's opening it up right now, and there it is. That's all the Johns in that data in an Excel spreadsheet for us. And there you have it, my friends. Microsoft Copilot 365 Chat built in with your enterprise protections enabled by your IT department. There you have it, my friends. Like I always say, I love you. Keep on learning. And most of all, don't get mad. Get yourself some skills.